Hey. What is up, Broncos country? How we all doing? Halftime is almost here. We will get started in just a minute, but glad you're all here. Hit that share button for me. My name is Kev Dan. I'm going to be joined by John here for halftime. Right now, 44 seconds left in the half. Broncos 14-0. Drew Lock trying to drive the ball, get us in field goal range or something before we go into halftime. A lot of good stuff to talk about, so post your comments, post your questions, hit that share button. Daniel, how you doing? I don't know. Drew Lock, look, they got, he had zero protection when he went out for his first drive there. I mean, they brought the house on him twice, and the offensive line let 3 of the 4 people go, like, right past him. I mean, there was no chance for Drew Lock on those. So, interesting, though. But, we'll see what he does on this drive as it continues to go along. And after halftime, he'll get another couple drives or so. But right now, 1st and 10 on the Broncos 44-yard line. Drew Lock looking to throw. I'll make some calls here over to number 12, Benson, for about a 6-yard gain. So I'll get some calls out here as we're waiting for the halftime show to actually start. Robert, how you doing? Glad you're here. Red Cloud, Drew Lock sucks so much, man. I don't know. He's probably going to be the starter if I were a betting man. But Drew Lock looking to throw. Once again, gets over to Royce Freeman for a first down. 19 seconds left. Broncos 1 timeout left. 18 seconds. Probably go for one more throw or something before settling for a field goal. Cody, how you doing? Teddy 2 gloves looked outstanding. And y'all's line did him no favors on that opening drive. Yeah, so I mean, look, this is a very close competition. Yeah, that's bottom line is no one has stood out as this is a clear winner. It's because they've been so even, and you got to look at the practices as well. I mean, consistency has been a key throughout training camp and the lack thereof consistency, the number of picks each quarterback has thrown throughout training camp and practices and whatnot. So, again, the play-by-play, Ryan here for you, 18 seconds left, looking to see what we're going to do in the huddle right now. We are on our own 31-yard line, first down. Second down. Probably just going to go for a throw, do something, get a field goal since we have 0 timeouts left. Red Cloud, if Simeon was better, then he would be in the league right now, but he's not. Incomplete pass over to Royce Freeman. He was covered pretty well. So 14 seconds left. They're probably just going to go going down to second down here. So another pass attempt, but look, it's matter of fact is they had 0 starters on the offensive line when Drew Lock went out. I mean, it was all the secondary, second and third string players out there. So, when he went out there, he got sacked twice back to back. Not a great start, but he had 0 protection. I mean, he had players down his throat in less than half of a second. So, let's see. Everyone here, glad you're here. Well, thanks for watching. John's going to be joining us here in a second. Waiting for, we got maybe a flag. Yep. Free play. We might have a flag here on Seattle. 14 seconds left. Looking to see what that's all about. Glad you're here. Ryan, so you're saying Drew Lock looked good with the first, and now Teddy looks good with the first team, correct? Yeah, that's Teddy looked fantastic. There was one throw on third down that was a bad throw. It resulted in a fourth down. We went for it on fourth down. In a regular season game, we would not have gone for it. And that was right after Justin Simmons' interception. So that would have been a 3-and-out. So that was if I had to pick at something that Bridgewater didn't do well in, it was his third down throw immediately following on that drive, immediately following Justin Simmons' pick. And that would have resulted in a 3-and-out for the Broncos in regular season. We would not have gone for it on fourth down, even though it was a short yardage situation. Okay, Drew Lock looking to throw, going to Benson again. It looks like he got the first down, 11 seconds left. So Drew Lock is moving the ball. It's not pretty, but, he started with less than a minute left, and he's now down at the 20-yard line with Benson making that catch right there. So he is moving the ball. He's moving the ball. Robert, Ayla asked what I'm grateful for today. I told her I'm grateful for the Orange Weekly crew. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. That means a lot. Hey, we're going to be here all season long. This is our 6th year. We're not going anywhere for sure. 11 seconds left. 1st and 10. Broncos 157, 8 total yards. Seahawks 108 total yards. Scores 14-0. Drew Lock dropping back. Looking to throw, way overthrows Benson, out of bounds, 6 seconds left. And that will probably do it as Drew Lock walks off the field, settling for a field goal. Okay, that being said, halftime hash can officially start. So let's talk about everything that's going on. Once again, my name's Kev Dan. Thanks for being here. Hit that share button for me. And don't forget about all the other content that we bring you guys throughout the season, from our Tuesday show, Bourbon Broncos No BS, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, our pregame and our postgame podcast. Check out Ragers if you're into sports betting. The Ragers podcast is huge. That we started last year. Really gives you another kind of insight, not into just what bets we're taking, but why we're taking, kind of a pregame feel to it, if you will. And halftime hash, also with the regular season, we'll be doing the pregame shows as well. So lots of stuff coming your way. Football season is here. Broncos season is here. Broncos are up 17-0 going into halftime. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Daniel, can we say that Teddy is going to be the starter? No, we can't say that. We can't. To me, it's been even across the board. And that's what it sounds like from, Coach Fangio does his coach talk. It's even Steven, as he's been saying. It's too damn close to tell. But with that, it tells me that Drew Lock's probably going to be the starter. There's a lot more to say. If you start Drew Lock in the season and it doesn't go well, you can replace him with Teddy Bridgewater and have a good chance to, save your season. Because you kind of know what Teddy does. He's been in the league for 7, 8 years now. You know what he's made of. This is Drew Lock's third year, his first real off season. First time he's had he's come back with the same offensive coordinator. He hasn't looked terrible in these games. When it comes to the practices, neither quarterback have put together 3 or 4 days in a row of great practices. There hasn't been anything, from what I've heard, because I haven't been to any of the practices, unfortunately. There's nothing that I've heard that has them saying that this guy shows up to practice, does not throw interceptions, plays great every single day, day in and day out. That's just not what we're seeing. So that leads me to believe that it's going to be Drew Lock as the starter. And but who knows how it's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and bring in John here in just a second. As he gets ready, he'll give me the thumbs up if he can hear me when he's ready. Let's see. Red Cloud. Hey, thanks, man. You're awesome as well. If here at Orange Weekly, guys, if you haven't watched our shows before, if you don't agree with us, that's perfectly fine. We're not here to judge or call you names or whatever. I mean, you can probably call me names. That's okay. The crew here makes fun of me for being short for some reason. I'm not sure why. But yeah, so, let us know what you think. Do you think that Drew Lock should be the starter? Do you think Teddy Bridgewater should be the starter? There's an even argument, both sides. But what makes me think that they're going to choose Drew Lock is that he is the incumbent. He's coming in here. He's been with the players. He's had the full offseason. He has the experience from last year, and so on and so forth. So, okay, John, I'm going to bring you on here, man. Boom. John, how you doing?
What's up?
What you doing, man? How's life?
Hey, got to watch that wonderful first half of football.
Hey, when the Broncos are beating the Seahawks 17-0, even if it's preseason, I don't care. I love it when I see the Broncos win, man.
You can't feel bad about that, that's for sure.
Okay, Robert is short too, so next time I get picked on in the Orange Weekly chat,
are we picking on you for being short?
Huh?
What?
Apparently I'm short. I don't know. Let's see. Travis, Peyton Manning is better than Drew Lock. Well, yes, Peyton Manning is obviously better than Drew Lock. However, Drew Lock did spend some time with Peyton Manning over the offseason to pick his brain. So, John, let me ask you, kind of from what you saw from the first half so far. Of course, the questions revolve around the quarterback battle. What do you think, man?
Well, Travis, that is a bold statement to say that Peyton Manning is better than Drew Lock. I don't know if you put them on the field today. I mean, maybe not if we throw Peyton Manning versus Drew Lock on the field today. But yes, of course we miss Peyton Manning. But preseason, guys, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Not a bad first half. We're winning 17-0. Got to see Justin Simmons win get an interception there off of Magoo, which I never thought I would see a day when Justin Simmons would get an interception from Magoo, and I don't think I will ever say that again in my life.
Nope.
But I hope so. because that's fun to say.
That is fun to say for sure. How about our defense, man? Looking really good. A couple, obviously, some mistakes there, some blown coverages. I mean, nothing major. A couple from, I think one from Browning especially, but I think Sternad stepped up Stearns stepped up and made the tackle. Williams has the fumble recovery and an interception, right?
Yeah, Deshaun Williams coming out of nowhere,
I mean,
he looks fantastic. Not to mention the fumble recovery, but I was saying during that drive, he had a tackle for a loss, to follow that up with another tackle for like 1 yard on another running play, then the fumble recovery, and then I think it was the next drive with an interception. Like, the guy's ridiculous right now. I don't know what he's on, but I want it.
Right, exactly. Let's see, Brian, is the O-line better this year? I think so. I can't see how. I mean, they did really well last year for the most part. We got, minus the injuries that we had, and it looks like we're going to have an answer at right tackle here before too long as to who that's going to be. So, I mean, with Bowles on the left side there, Cushenberry coming back for his second year, he looks like he's been playing pretty well for the most part. Dalton Reisner, all those guys. I think we're going to have a pretty solid offensive line. I mean, you saw how well they played in the first half here, and they didn't disappoint early.
No, early on they didn't. O-line overall, I would say yes, is going to be better. They've been raving about Cushenberry in camp this year, which is what we want to hear from the center position. Miners kind of came in to be that kind of competition for him during training camp, and it seems like he's fought it off to this point, and they're putting Miners out at the guard position, which is kind of, I think, his natural position. So O-line good. Yes, right tackle is, I think, the only concern for us. So we'll see what ends up happening there. And tonight, when we saw Drew Lock go in, that first drive was pretty hideous on him, but I don't know how much we can blame him for those 2 sacks that he took. That was, the floodgates were open right away on both those snaps that he took there. And the other one, I think, I'm pretty sure it was a run. So that was a bad drive.
Right.
But that one to end the half, he got us in field goal position. That's what you want to see with a little over a minute to go at the end of the half. So that's my only concern at the O-line, was at the end of the half.
Right. And again, those were our starters,
Right.
None of our starters are out there. Would you see that in regular season? No, our starters would have held the line, right? I mean, at least they would have picked up 3 of the 4 instead of letting 3 of the 4 go past them. You know what I mean? Like the quarterback should be able to avoid one guy getting through the line more often than not. But when you got 3 guys coming down on you in literally no time whatsoever, pretty much any quarterback's going to get brought down for that. So let's see. Bringing it down here, Travis. When is our Bourbon Show? Bourbon Broncos No BS. Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Every Tuesday night we are live from here until the end of the season. So make sure you check it out then. Okay. So some of the arguments against Teddy is captain check down, all the way down to the end zone. It wasn't bad. It was he put together some scoring drives. My only thing against Teddy this game was on third. It was after the Justin Simmons interception. It was third down and manageable, 3rd and 5 or so. He made a really, really bad throw. I mean, the guy was covered to begin with. Not sure even why he made that throw, but then he made sure that, it couldn't be intercepted at least. But then we went on it went for it on 4th down, which led to us getting that touchdown. Regular season, that would have been a 3 and out following an interception. And how many times over the course of the last 3-4 years have we seen that? We finally get something in our direction, and we go 3 and out right after the bat. I mean, to me, that's a huge statement. It's good that we can see him make things happen in 4th down situations, but I would have, that 3rd down especially, the fact he didn't make that is huge.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was a classic Broncos drive right there. Just would have been a punt, I think, regular season. And you can make the argument in the series before that led to the other touchdown. We did another 4th down. I think that one, more realistically, we would have gone for, because we were within the 50. We were at about the 40-yard line. It would have been like a 57-yard field goal. Yeah. Maybe we kick the field goal. Maybe we just go for it. Depends. I don't know. Look at what the Winds are doing. But at the end of the day, yeah, that it wasn't like a spectacular showing. So yeah, not
Exactly.
as positive on
Right.
the first couple drives.
Okay, let's see. Keith says not even second string was on that first lock drive. Yeah, so it wasn't even second. I mean, whoever was out there was not physically or mentally out there. They were physically, but not mentally. So let's see, Robert. How about those running backs? So enough about the quarterbacks for now. How about the running backs? I know there was a question earlier. Is Melvin Gordon hurt? Yeah, he's still coming back from a foot injury. They're taking it easy with him. I'm sure you'll see him out there as a starter, maybe a little bit next week, just for maybe a tiny bit, if not by the season opener. But Williams, especially, I mean, what a beast, man.
I mean, he looks the part, right? He's showing. I mean, nothing spectacular, but he looks like that every down freaking bowling ball of a running back, and that's what we want to see. So,
yeah,
look good. This is a much harder defense. Keep that in mind as well than what we saw last week. So we're not seeing those 11-yard, 13-yard gains that we saw last week, but he's still showing that he's pounding it out every time he gets a hand on the ball. So, and then Freeman's showing up too still, and I love that about him. So yeah, I'm feeling good about it. And Gordon's not going to play again, so we still have that to look forward to in the regular season as well.
Next comment here talking about the game plan, and let me pull up your comment here in just a second, but I want to pull up the box score as well. So Richard is saying piss poor game plan, offensive coaching staff lacks any creativity, isn't getting the job done in regular season. So first off, so we've had 19 pass attempts total and 13 rush attempts. So obviously you're trying to evaluate the quarterbacks. 8 of those, the majority of those throws, 8 of them came from that last minute or so when we're trying to get in a field goal range. But this preseason, they're not going to really, open up their whole playbook. You don't want to give away too much in preseason, Rich. So I get what you're saying. We need to be a little bit more creative when it comes to the regular season from what we saw last year. Now we have some pieces in place. We have a healthier team. Not as many backups starting. Drew Lock coming in as next year. We can do some more things, but you're not going to see a whole lot of creativity in preseason. That's just not across the board. Any team isn't going to open up the full playbook. So it's just a lot of evaluation type of plays, Richard. So I see what you're saying, but I do like how it's fairly even. Until Drew Lock came out there for a second drive, it was fairly even play call between passing and runs.
Yeah. And Richard, I know where you're coming from because all of Bronco country has been clamoring for that. So I get it. But like Kevin said, it is preseason. We're not going to show them everything we got here, So let's, again, pump the brakes a little bit.
Right. Keith, I don't want to listen to the Seahawks commentary. But even then, they're just playing scrubs over there. So a lot of people that are going to get cut here in the next pretty much week. So remember, Tuesday, they have to get down to 80 players on the roster. And then by the 31st, they have to get down to the 53-man roster. And we're going to have, we're going to have some interesting conversations coming up, John, about who to cut, because it's going to be, we're going to lose somebody like a Browning, I think. Where it's just going to be like, man, I can't believe that we had to let that guy go, but we have to. Is it going to be Benson? Is it going to be Browning?
That's just the nature of the game, and it happens every year. So get up for it. But that's why.
Sorry, Wes, it's not going to be Melvin Gordon. We're not going to cut Melvin.
No,
that's not going to happen. Paying him too much. Now, next year, when he's a restricted free agent, depending on how Williams does, do we bring him back? Maybe, maybe not. It's too early to tell, but there you go. Shadow, for watching from YouTube, make sure you guys check out our YouTube channel. By the way, for our post-game podcast, we will be broadcasting those on YouTube only. You can still listen to them later on all of the podcast platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. If you don't watch them live and maybe get some questions in for the end of the podcast episode there, feel free to check us out on YouTube. But does Locke look comfortable in the pocket, in my opinion? To me, he looks better. We're seeing as he's making his reads. I need to go back and watch this last minute here because I was kind of getting ready for the show, so I wasn't paying too close attention to what was going on and how he looked in the pocket. But what'd you see there, John?
Yeah, that last drive I thought he looked much better in the pocket. I think that first drive that he came out, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard to watch. But I can't put that on luck. But that second drive with about a minute, I think he got the ball with a minute and 2 seconds to go, and what can you ask more than getting us in field goal range? He had a really nice completion there, got the first down. It held tall in the pocket, and didn't look scared at all. So I thought he looked a lot better in that second drive compared to the first drive. First drive, again, not gonna put much of the blame on him, in my opinion.
Yep. Excuse me. Okay, second half is about to start. Broncos up 17-0. Broncos will receive the ball, so Drew Lock will go out. We'll see what he does. Thanks for watching, everyone. Again, John, thanks for joining us here in the Halftime Hash. Broncos will be in Denver next week against the LA Rams. You'll be here with Jared and maybe John again, but we'll be live for the Halftime Hash as always. So thanks for joining. Make sure you check us out on Tuesday for our Bourbon Broncos No BS show, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Glenn, thank you. Travis, Curtis, Gerald, Richard, everyone who's watching. I can't call you all out, but appreciate everyone tuning in. So John, thanks for your help, man, and take care, buddy.
Yeah, let's go. Let's watch the second half.
Let's go Broncos. Take care, everyone.
Broncos.